Yes, it is. But when I say housing benefit, there are people here who are working. So they may have in the past been in the housing benefit, or they may be in the future, but obviously it's all within that structure. So it's a mix of somebody who's working not in the necessity of having a housing benefit, or somebody in break from work for either illness or seasonal work, and then obviously he's assisted by the housing benefit. Once they register and the client is checked out to eligibility of housing benefit, until the circumstance changes, you are guaranteed an income from that. In my case, there isn't. The reason being, the managing agent on my behalf and the client's behalf manage most of them for them and myself. So it is a benefit for me that I have a managing agent in between, and for me to continue receiving on a continuous basis a granted income which I need to pay my mortgage. I'm been very fortunate in a sense. This property, which occupied by a seasonal worker, he's an ex-army in the British Army, so he is actually working in a seasonal trade which can affect him from being employed or unemployed. Obviously, in my interest, the managing company is also informed of how the situation is. Well, this property, as you can see, is 3 years old. This tenant has been here from day one, and many others within this setup have been for long term. As long as they don't abuse the place. Obviously, 6 months is a minimum, but in my case, this client has been in this flat for last nearly 3 years. And wear and tear will happen, and that is without a doubt, because people have to live in it. I much prefer people to stay here for a long term, because you can build up a rapport and you can build up a trust. There is one or two occasions where they do become unemployed over long term, either through illness or maybe somebody have an extended family member abroad and they had to send some money abroad or something like that. Obviously, I'm a human being. I can't really throw people out onto the street without giving them the opportunity to prove they can make amends. And I have given them the opportunity to come to terms and some settlement, how we can program over a long term to repay anything that is become shortfall. I certainly put myself to be interested in my clients who are living here, because at the end of the day, they are giving me an earning from this site.